Hi, this is Munson with Munson Music, and we're going to talk about how you could play a song called The Great Escape by Pink. And we're going to end up capoing this on 3rd fret to kind of match the recording, but we start out around a G major chord for the intro. And then we play G major, first finger goes to A on the 2nd fret, second finger goes to the low E string on the 3rd fret, and third finger goes to the high E string on the 3rd fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds a G major chord, and it sounds really, really happy. Now you may also want to think about putting the 3rd finger on the B string 3rd, pinky on the high E string 3rd, using that for your G major through the song. And on our intro, we'd be going from a G to an E minor chord when we play E minor. First finger stays on the A string 2nd fret, second finger on the D string 2nd fret, and if you strum all those together, that sounds like E minor chord, and it sounds really, really sad. Now you may also want to think about adding in the 3rd finger on the B string 3rd, pinky on the high E string 3rd, making that an E minor 7. That might be kind of cool for that intro hits, kind of between the G and the E minor. Now through the tune though, especially when we kind of hit that part and hit the verse, you may want to think about kind of doing downstrokes through that part, and you may want to think about kind of doing a 3+5 idea, kind of a G, 2, 3, E minor, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, G, 2, 3, E minor. But a lot of times with a song like this too, to make it more interesting, and kind of support my voice, I like using something called a strum pattern. And one of my favorite strum patterns for a 4/4 like this is down, down, up, up, down, up. So we took the G and just tried that a lot. You'd have down, down, up, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, down. Now the weird part is, on the intro actually, and through the verse, you'll kind of hear where that strum pattern would kind of get halved. And what you may want to do is kind of do a G with a down, down, and hit the E minor for the up, up, down for the strum pattern. So you have G, down, E minor, up, down, G on the down, down, E minor, up, down, G on the down, down, E minor, up, through that intro part. Or another strum pattern that I would really think about through the song is something called a 16th note strum pattern. And what I mean by that is if you're tapping your foot to the beat, right now we're kind of dividing that beat into 2 parts with our down, down, up, up, down, up. And that's called an 8th note. 1, 2, 1, 2. What a 16th note is where you divide that foot tap into 4 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And one of my favorite 16th note strum patterns is a long down, 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 up, up, down, down, up, down, up. And what I mean by that is if you take the G and do a down for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what you'd be doing on the first beat. Then on the second beat, you'd be doing a down on 1, down on 3, up on 4. So we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up. Then on the third beat, you'd be doing an up on 2, down on 3. So we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, up, down, 1, up, down, 1, up, down. And on the last beat, you'd be going down, right along with the 1, 2, 3, 4. So down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, down. So all together, you got down. At different points of the tune, you may want to feel about going to that strum pattern. Now if we applied that to the intro, we could kind of half that in a similar way and do the down, down, down on the G, and then the up, up, down, down, and down on the E minor. So you have G, down, down, E minor, up, down, 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 G, down, down, E minor, up, down, down, G, down, down, up, down, down, G, down, down. Variation of that I was kind of digging using through this tune is a down, up, up, down, up, up, down, up, down, 16th note strum pattern. And what I mean by that is that you do a down on 1 and then an up on 4 on the first beat. Down, up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then on the second beat you do an up on 2, down on 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, up, down, 1, up, down, 1, up, down. And then on the third beat you do a up, up, now on 2 and 4. Kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, up, up, up. And then you keep the down, up on the last beat. That down, up, down, down, down. So all together, you got down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, down. So one way to kind of work that intro is to do a down, up, up on the G, and then hit the E minor for the down, up, down, down, G, be going into our verse part, and we do that same G to E minor alternation until we get to kind of, well, we do that 4 times, and then we go to a C major chord. When we play C major, first finger goes to the B on the 1st fret, second finger on the D string 2nd fret, third finger on the A string 3rd fret, and if you strum the A string to the high E string, that sounds a C major chord, and it sounds really happy. Now, while you're on C's in general, it can be kind of cool to lift off the first finger, make that a C major 7, or you could add in the pinky on the B string and make that a C major 9. Or another way to play C major 9 is to do first finger on the D 1st or 2nd fret, second finger on the A string 3rd fret, third finger on the B string 3rd, and the pinky on the high E string 3rd. You kind of work that for your C. And then from the C major, we'll be going to an A minor chord. We play A minor. First finger goes to the B string on the 1st fret, second finger on the D string 2nd fret, and third finger on the G string 2nd fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds an A minor chord, and it sounds really, really sad. Now, while you're on A minor, you can kind of lift off the 3rd finger, make that an A minor 7. Or you could take the pinky and add it on the high E and make that A minor 7. Or you may be digging on something called A7 sus, where you do first finger on the D 2nd, second finger on the G 2nd, third finger on the B string 3rd, and the pinky on the high E string 3rd. And you can kind of work that for your A minor. Kind of that C, A minor, C, A minor through that verse part. And then we kind of go back to our D minor at the very end of the verse. And then from there, we'll be going into our pre-chorus part. And our pre-chorus starts on a D major chord. When we play D major, first finger goes to the G on the 2nd fret, second finger on the high E 2nd fret, and third finger on the B string 3rd fret. And if you strum the D string to the high E string, that sounds a D major chord. It sounds really, really happy. Now, while you're on Ds, it can be kind of cool to lift off the second finger, make that a D suspended 2nd. Or you could add in the pinky on the high E 3rd, make it a D sus. And that way you can kind of say some things around D chords. And through the pre-chorus, we kind of do our whole pattern on the D, and then we have our C and G, kind of like our intro. And then we go back to C, G, and then we kind of have a D, where you may want to throw in a G chord on the last down of actually the strum pattern. It's kind of a little hit the first time through. And then you got the D, C, G, C, G, and then kind of our whole pattern on the D, or you may want to go back to those down strokes and kind of a build up. And then from there, then we'll be going into our chorus part, which kind of mixes up a lot of those things. Kind of have our C with our whole pattern, and then the G with the down, down, the up, C, G, D, C, G, D, G, D, and the C, and we'll basically be repeating those parts through the song, kind of mixing it up a little bit for the bridge. Now the weird part is to play along with Pink, instead of starting on a G major chord, she's starting on a B flat major chord. So to play along with the recording, what you want to do is take a capo, and if you put the capo on 3rd fret, then now your G is really a B flat major, and your E minor is really a G minor, and your C is really an E flat major, and your A minor is really a C minor chord, and your D major is really an F major chord. But you may want to kind of kick it off with just kind of those downs between the chords, kind of that G, E minor, or you could kind of lean to that down idea we were talking about earlier and kind of work it that way. Or you can do the down, down, up, down, and kind of half it between the chords. Or you can do the 16th note, kind of working that first 16th pattern. Or you can do the down, up, down, up, down, down variation of it. And from there, then we'll be going into our verse part. And you could even take those strum patterns actually and kind of mix them up too. So we try that through our verse. We'd have the G, E minor, G, E minor, G, E minor, G, E minor. We got our C, A minor, C, A minor, G, E minor, G, E minor. And then from that first verse, then we're going into our pre-chorus part. So we kept that going with our pre-chorus. We'd have our D, C, G, C, G, D, and then our quick break hit D, C, G, C, G, D. And we want to kind of make that big build up of the pre-chorus to lead into our chorus part. And then we got our C, G, intro part as kind of a chorus tag. Now, one other thing I think about adding to the song though is bass notes, and a lot of times on that first down, the down, down, up, down, you can throw in a bass for the chord. So on the G, you'd have Louis for the bass. On the E minor, you'd have Louis for the bass. On the C, you'd have the A for the bass. On the A minor, you'd have the A for the bass. And on the D, you'd have the D for the bass. And you can add that into kind of your bass down, up, down, kind of that G, down, you run up, down to the bass, down, you run up, down, kind of work it that way. Or you can add basses to the 16th note pattern, and you can make it kind of a bass, down, down, up, bass, down, up, down. You kind of get in basses on that G and E minor chord. Bass, down, down, up, bass, down, down, bass, down, down, E minor, bass, down, down. Or you could add basses to the other 16th note pattern, where you have the G, up, bass, up, down, down, G, bass, up, E minor, G, E minor, G, E minor. So we try adding basses to our next verse. Then we'd have that G, E minor, G, E minor, G, E minor, G, E minor, and C, A, C, A minor, G, E minor, G, E minor. And then from there, we'll be going back into our pre-chorus part. So we try with that with basses. We'd have the D, C, G, C, G, D, G, D, C, G, and then from there, we'll be going into our next chorus. We tried that with basses. We have the C, G, D, C, G, C, and from there, then we'll be going back into kind of our intro part. It's kind of a chorus tag again. So we got our G minor, G minor, G minor, G minor. And then from there, then we go back into our verse part. So we're going to go G minor, G minor, G minor, G minor, C minor, C minor, and then from there, then we go into our bridge part. So we have our D, C, G, C, G, C, G, C, G, have a big push on our C chord at the very end of the bridge. And then at the very end, we kind of go back to our intro for our outro, kind of that G minor, G minor, G minor. Kind of a big G at the very, very end. But that's the basics of how you can strum along with Great Escape by Pink. So good luck!